Welcome to Edinburgh, Texas, where the sun has been shining not only on the golf course, but here at Rio Grande Valley as they get set to take on Phoenix Rising here for a tough matchup. Phoenix Rising coming in, one of the hottest teams in USL. The fans don't care though, the sun is shining. They're ready for a fun game as Rio Grande Valley looks to spoil the party here. But at the top of the Western Conference standings sits one of the hottest teams in USL and Phoenix Rising FC.
Yeah, Phoenix is rising, and what you don't see on this screen is RGV almost at the bottom of the table, 10 points, 7 coming on draws.
One of the biggest problems for the Toros this season has been scoring up front. They've been struggling in that category for most of the season, even at home. In their last 7 matches this season, just 4 goals.
Yeah, a completely different story. The team coming in, the Toros have 14 goals on the entire season. The team coming in, Phoenix, 14 on the road.
It just shows you the difference between these two teams right now. Phoenix has been as hot as any team in the league, and especially of late, and especially on the road.
No, they really have been absolutely fantastic, empowered by Cortez, Johnson, and Asante. Between the 3 of them, 20 goals on the season.
A lot of playmakers up front, including Jason Johnson, who had a wonder goal last time out.
Oh, this is just spectacular. Great pass right here. The finish is even better. Back of the net. Seeing it from different angles just makes it look that much more beautiful. And you just see that volley hitting it home. And that is what is so incredibly exciting about this team. Yellow card right there, but it doesn't matter.
Rio Grande Valley certainly has a tough test tonight. Phoenix Rising coming into the heart of Texas when we come back. Welcome to HEB Park, everybody. Sean St. Jacques, Bruce Silverman here with you. Rio Grande Valley getting set to take on Phoenix Rising. Phoenix, of course, chasing down the top spot in the USL standings. Rio Grande Valley will look to spoil the party tonight. Let's take a look at the starting lineups first for one of the hottest teams in USL, Phoenix Rising.
We talked about it earlier. Cortez, Johnson, and Asante, 20 goals between them. This is a team that is going to run and gun all night long. Look for Wakasa and Dia to start everything up on the wings.
Take a look at the home team starting lineup. 4 changes from the team that lost to Oklahoma City last week, including in the net.
Yeah, I'm surprised by this. Nico Corte had a nice game a week ago, but Michael Nelson will be in the pipes for Echeverri. So for me, this is an interesting matchup. RGV needs to play like they have nothing to lose, because they really don't. They have played very, very well here at home. Only 1 loss and 6 of their 7 draws have come here on this pitch. Rick Shantz, interim coach, named on June 11th. He takes over a club that is certainly living up to their name.
2-0 under Shantz so far this season. There's Gerson Echeverry, Rio Grande head coach. It's his first season coming over. Used to coach college soccer up in South Orange, New Jersey with Seton Hall, and in his first season, he's looking for his team to improve the finishing in the final third, certainly tonight, and one of the biggest games certainly for their season as they look to climb out of the bottom of the USL table.
This is an interesting game for them. This is more of a psychological game than it is a physical game for them. They're teetering on what is the rest of their 2018 going to be. Are they going to be a team that is going to play spoiler, or are they going to be a team that is going to look to do some rising of their own? Tonight is an opportunity for them to really insert themselves. Like I said earlier, they are playing well at home. That is a good factor for them. They are taking on a team that they know is a better team. And sometimes, just sometimes, you play up to the competition, and sometimes you play down to the competition. This could very well be a trap game for Phoenix.
Got a quick look at the center referee for today's game, Rami Tuchin. And we are underway here in Edinburgh, Texas. Phoenix, the top scoring team in USL this season. Also, most shots this season so far. And a Rio Grande Valley team that has been getting too used to not only drawing, but dropping games, not only on the road, but at home as well.
Yeah, a week ago, they had an opportunity against OKC to pick up some points. They got an early goal 15 minutes in, got it from the back line from a guy who's not even playing tonight, and then the wheels just fell off.
Toros in their home orange going from right to left. That pass going towards the box will go out for a goal kick. We got to talk with Gerson Echeverry, the head coach for Rio Grande, earlier this week. It's just been the fact that they haven't had the finishing touch up front, looking for more goals, but also looking for better play out of the wide players as well as Phoenix clears their lines here.
They need to press. They need to take their rips on goal. They need to pressure Phoenix all night long. They need to put their foot on the gas and just keep going and going and going. And like I said, if they play like they've got nothing to lose, they may very well accomplish that.
Phoenix wins a throw on the far side of the field. And it'll be taken by Amadou Dia.
Look for Dia to lead the attack from that left side, moving quickly and teaming up with Johnson and Cortez from that wing position.
There's the new man in the net, Michael Nelson. First start of the season for him. We usually see Nicholas Corti between the pipes for the Toros.
Yeah, I really think Echeverry just looking to mix things up tonight, change the striker, change one of the midfielders, change one of the defenders, basically everything right up the spine. He's got one new player in the lineup tonight, hoping that it's a magical mix.
Ball sent forward from Quintanilla, cleared out at the back line that time by DeFont. Out for a Toros throw on the far side. Cross in the middle. That's going to be blocked out of play by Mike DeFont. It'll be another throw in for FC Toros.
This is what the Toros need to do. They need to just keep going forward, control the ball, but they've got to find ways to put the ball on frame, and they can't give it up like they just did.
This is where Phoenix can be dangerous in transition. Here on the near side, Cody Wakasa picks it up. Good pressure, though, by Toros, and they force it all the way back to Wazinski in the net for Phoenix.
Yeah, Wazinski is a big, imposing figure in that net. I think probably he probably can palm the top of the crossbar. He is just that tall. He covers a lot of ground. He really does direct traffic well in front of him.
Here's some of the pressing you were talking about, Bruce, and it's a turnover. Here's Quintanilla. Offside, though, looks like will be called.
And that's a situation where they can't be caught leaning. There are only going to be so many opportunities with this club that they're facing in Phoenix. Phoenix is going to bend. They're not going to break. And you can't shut down those opportunities by getting caught on the wrong side.
Carl Wazinski, the club leader in minutes played for Phoenix Rising, 34 saves this season. That's 12th in USL. Tough challenge in there from Kyle Adams, but it's going to be cleared away by the Toros. Gerson Echeverry told us earlier this week he just wants to make Phoenix know it's a road game, like you said, put the pressure on, be there when they're looking to counter, be there in the midfield and win those 50-50 balls to make it as tough on them as possible.
Well, part of making sure that you know that your opponent is playing on the road is you need to be physical and you need to do things that is going to get the crowd involved in the game. And this build-up doesn't help that situation.
Johnson out wide. Cortez tried to get the ball into the middle, headed away, and headed away again by Toros. That last header out of play.
This is where Phoenix is very, very dangerous. All bodies forward as Dia's going to take this throw. Gives Phoenix a lot of options. If Dia wants to, he can treat this almost like a corner kick.
One man also to watch out for tonight is, you can see him right there, 20 in white, Solomon Asante, the best man by far at creating chances in USL this season. 61 chances created. That's 14 more than anybody else. Although a turnover here for Toros and a chance to break, but that ball's going to be too far for Quintanilla. He chases it down though and gets to it, but it'll go out of play.
You saw the speed of Aldo right there. The problem with it is once he caught up with it, what was he going to do? That the touch was too heavy, goes over the goal line. Carl will kick it away. Aldo, if you're going to work that hard to chase it down, pull up the brakes, control it, wait for friends to get there, and then turn on it. At least if you can't get it to a friend, kick it off the defender and earn yourself a corner.
Headed towards James Johnson. Good recovery in the back there, and Toros look to send it forward, but it's given right back. Ping-ponged around in the middle.
What the Toros need to be careful with is these long-distance passes are off the mark. They're doing a good job of shutting down the counter, but then they're giving up the ball too easily. What they need to do is control it like the one-touch passes. The problem is that they're off the mark. They're off the mark. The idea in this game is pretty simple. Find the passing lanes, connect with your teammates, and move down the pitch. They're finding the passing lanes. They're just off target.
Playing out of the back through Kyle Adams. Near side, here's Sheldon Sullivan. Adams surveying the pitch. Far side, Toros taking their time as it gets closer to midfield. Good turn towards the center. Toros keeping possession.
Phoenix is keeping their shape, but they are giving those passing lanes up. Those long-distance passes are not going to do you any favors. They have got to keep the ball on the ground. The Toros need to just move it station to station, control it, and then take their rips at Wazinski. They just have to do that. The opportunities have been there. When they're getting to the final third or they're approaching the final third, things start to break down.
Far side, here's Enriquez back. Pressure coming from Phoenix, and they force it all the way back. That pass is cut off.
Phoenix, and there's a big difference from a year ago. Tonight would be their 10th win. It took until September a year ago to pick up their 10th win. So you just see everything going right with Phoenix, certainly one of the hottest teams in USL. And they have an opportunity with a win tonight, would also give them 34 points on the season, which would, for the moment, put them top of the table with some company.
Pressure there from Saldivar. He gets it back, and now Toros have a chance to get one into the 18-yard box here. Service, though, is short. Not a great clearance, though, by James Musa. That time it's cleared away.
Yeah, there's that breakdown once again in the final third. They've got to take opportunities. They have yet to get the shot off. You see Padilla down.
Clumsy challenge from Cortez.
Striking distance opportunity right now for the men in orange.
Matias Salvidar will take it. Saldivar does have a goal this season for Toros. But as we mentioned, he's one of the few.
Be interesting to see where he places this ball. Look for Wharton.
Swings it in. Dangerous flick header back, and it's going to go out for a corner on the near side.
So, going to basically do it all over again. I'm really surprised he went into the middle of the 18 rather than swinging it out to Todd Wharton. Wharton had the best angle. Now this in-swinger gives RGV another opportunity.
Swung in near post, header down and over the bar. Not a bad ball in. The header that time from Kyle Adams just went over the bar. And it'll be a goal kick.
Adams here on this one. Ball is well played. Adams, it wasn't Adams actually.
Went
it was
past
Perea.
him. Yes.
Perea drove it into the ground rather than sending it forward towards Wazinski. Well played ball.
All the way back it goes to Nelson. Adams clears it here. Took a deflection. Aldo Quintanilla goes down trying to chase it down. Good challenge there, says the referee, by Musa. And it's given away again. Chance from distance, and it's well over the bar.
That one off the laces by Wharton. Remember, I told you, look for Wharton. Wharton having his opportunity from that midfield position, but off of the laces, it was basically Einhorn is Finkel and Finkel is Einhorn. But what you see in this replay is Aldo showing the speed on both sides. He's had the burst towards the corner previously. Then you see him catch up with the ball there. He is one of those substitutions for Echeverry this week, and he is showing why he is in uniform tonight.
Looked like it was Saldivar who gave away a free kick in the midfield. Phoenix on 31 points from 16 games. That's the best start in team history. The previous best start in a 16-game start to the season was just 22 points last season and in 2015. Volley there is well wide from Chris Cortez, and it'll be a goal kick for Rio Grande Valley.
Neither team really exerting themselves in the final third. This is really the first opportunity for Phoenix to do anything against Nelson. Right now, early on, this game very reminiscent of a week ago where RGV was the better team in the first 15 minutes, got the goal in the first 15 minutes, and then broke down. So it'll be interesting to see how they can continue to press forward. Can they break through and beat Wazinski? And then if they do, how do they respond to it? Because normally the question that you ask when a goal is scored is, how is the other team going to answer that goal? If RGV can get the first goal, the bigger question is going to be, how are they going to answer their own goal?
Ball in there looking for Aldo Quintanilla, easily cleared out there by Phoenix, but it'll be a Toros throw on the far side.
The Toros need to be patient right now. They need to play the build-up. They need to get the passing a little bit shorter. The long-distance passes are not serving them well.
Near side, Sullivan to Enriquez, all the way back to Adams. Here's Jesus Enriquez. Adams trying to switch fields, and it's too far.
Adams basically making my point for me. The idea of going long distance is fine. He's got an open teammate, but you lead him too much, you're off the mark, and then what happens? Dia gets to throw it in.
Certainly been a disjointed game so far, really, for both teams. Another long ball. That's going to be offside on Quintanilla. Right away, the AR on the far side didn't hesitate.
And Quintanilla couldn't even handle it. So if you're Echeverry, you want to send the message in, guys, you're doing a great job in the middle third. You're doing a great job of moving the ball around. And then what happens is they get to the final third and they get jumpy. It's almost like, oh, we can score, we can score, we can score. And then it's almost like the prevent defense that prevents winning. It's the same mentality. You know, Echeverry, we talked to him earlier in the week, and we talked about the mentality of his team. And right now, the lack of confidence is there.
Awako, far side. Chance for a service here. And it's going to be chased out, and I thought that was out for a moment there, and now it is out. It'll be a corner kick as the pressure continued there from Amadou Dia. And Asante looks like he'll set up the corner on the far side.
That's the way Phoenix wants to play. They want to be on this side of the pitch, and they want to keep pressuring that black line.
Asante to Awako, who goes down in the penalty area. Referee ignores that, and a chance here for Toros to counter. They have numbers here.
A lot of options.
The far side, cross coming in, nobody there, and it goes out for a goal kick. And they make your point again, Bruce.
Why Matias is trying to take a shot from 23 yards out on this buildup. All kinds of options. Pereira lays it off. And that shot did not have to be taken. He could have waited. He had no defenders on him. He could have waited for the numbers to get forward and then give options. One of the things, if you're going to take shots from distance on Wazinski, put the ball on Wazinski. Challenge him to catch it and shut you down or give you the rebound opportunities. Going wide does you no good. No one has ever scored a goal by shooting wide.
Padilla sent it back. Now it's all the way over to Kyle Adams. Toros here entering the final third yet again.
And Phoenix giving them a lot of room to move around right here. You see it.
There is the room, and it's going to be a free kick in a pretty good position. It's drawn by Saldivar in a dangerous position.
Matias doing a great job of drawing the foul, but he had plenty of room to operate as the Barbasol goes down from Tuchin. And you see this again. He's got the options. And this penalty is going to come basically from the same place we saw the last one. Just a little bit closer, basically the same angle. Again, if Wharton can go and run on this ball, and Adams is there also. So two things that Matias can do. He can go right at it if he wants to. If not, go far post and get one of your big men to run on it and head it home.
Matias Saldivar services it into the box. Chance, header up in the air, still up for grabs. Headed out. Wharton has it. Back into the box on the far side it goes. Quintanilla tried to keep it in. And it looks like it's going to go the other way.
Not exactly sure what Wharton was trying to do with this one. You want to throw it up in the air, get one of your teammates to head it, that's one thing. Ball pinballs around here. Wharton, the captain, just kind of throws it up in the air, but it goes out. I'm not even sure why the flag went up, because the ball was still in play when it did, unless the AR saw that there was an offside.
So it's cleared by Wazinski and sent all the way back on the other end to Nelson.
Now, I like this choice by Nelson to roll it out to Adams and just give them an opportunity to build from the back.
Another long ball. Header down, tough challenge in the back as Enriquez went down. Sullivan will take the throw in quickly for Toros. Wharton centering pass. Saldivar lost it, and here comes Phoenix. Trying to find Cortez, but it's stepped in too nicely that time. Torres picks it back up through Quintanilla, who got clipped, and the foul will be called. And they'll have to bring the ball back.
Lambert, the man who was whistled for the infraction, good call on that, as Quintanilla was losing his balance, so that's why they didn't get the advantage. Toros, through 20 minutes, have been the better team, have had the better chances. They haven't challenged Wazinski yet. But if they just settle down a little bit in the final third, good things can happen. They're playing the way Echeverry wanted them to. They're moving forward and they're creating chances. They're just not finishing. That was the second part of the discussion. Create chances, capitalize. They've done the first part. They need to work on the second part.
Ball sent all the way back by Lambert to Wazinski. Ball sent forward, flicked on by Johnson, and it'll go out for a Phoenix throw-in on the far side, quickly taken by Dia.
The other thing that you're seeing out of RGV tonight is when there is a man on the ball, they're putting bodies around the ball possessor, and that is slowing Phoenix down. Right now, Phoenix is frustrated. They came into this game thinking they could do whatever they wanted. That's a frustrated foul right there. They came in to this building thinking we're taking on a team that has 21 less points than us, a team that only has one win on the season. And we've only lost once on the road. And so far, home team almost sticking to their game plan.
Ball in behind this time. Chance to cut back. There are bodies in the box. Shot on goal. Good save that time by Wazinski. They forced it out of him that time. It goes out of play, and it's a corner kick on the far side.
Like the build-up, like the opportunities that are being created here. And Marion doing it all by himself. Pulls up the brakes. Ball gets into the 18. Takes the shot. The only thing that RGV was missing on that is a man for the rebound.
Great individual effort by Bryce Marion. Ball into the box, headed away and cleared by Phoenix. And the ball will go across the halfway line. Nelson retrieves the ball. Another long ball in behind. Quintanilla was in the vicinity, but it's headed away.
Yeah, that was intended for Enriquez, but you really needed to bring a big-time leg to carry that much real estate to get it over to Jesus. It just doesn't happen. Again, the one thing that RGV needs to improve upon is you see two players go down. Sullivan is among them. You also see Lambert down as well. RGV needs to just find patience in the final third. It really comes down to the confidence. They came into this game more frustrated, and their confidence was somewhere on that Mendoza line. Do they go above it or do they go below it? They are still playing on that line when they get to the final third. If they can continue to challenge Wazinski the way that Marion did, the floodgates are going to open. And if they do, RGV is going to win this game.
Ball sent wide, cut off and out of play. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportsamerica.com. Receive free shipping for orders over $50.
We're 25 minutes in. It is hot. It's 95 degrees, almost 20-mile-an-hour winds. The heat index is well over 100. And right there you see RGV having the ball a little bit more than their opponents, and they've done more when they've had it.
There is a hydro break, likely, but actually probably not. Although with those temperatures, you would think so, but it doesn't look like there will be one. Although 25 minutes in, both teams still keeping the intensity up for now.
I think what helps in this situation is there is a little bit of wind, and we're playing under shadows. By the time this game started, almost the entire pitch was in shadows. When we were getting ready for the broadcast, about 2/3 of the pitch was in the sun. And you see the fans having a nice time. You got all kinds of beverages, from the adult kind to the Gatorade.
There's some water in there.
A little bit of everything.
Someone's got to stay hydrated.
I've got my water right here. And this is the man that we've seen. This is about what Dia has done all game long.
Dia into the penalty area. Johnson tried to head it towards the net, and it's cleared away nicely that time by Torres. Perea got in there.
RGV doing a really nice job of clearing out the garbage in that final third.
Another ball aimed for Johnson. And it looks like it's going to be a foul. Player down for RGV. I believe it is Perea.
Took a knock to the side of the head.
Hopefully he's okay. Here's another look.
Yeah, a little bit of a collision.
Awako came flying in. And Nelson will restart. Take a look at the weather conditions like we've been talking about. Sunny, 89 degrees, and the wind is coming in from the southeast. Pretty shady on the field right now, which is always helpful in these kind of conditions.
This is a typical summer day.
And something that the Toros are used to.
Absolutely. But in terms of the weather, neither of these teams are really going to have an advantage. You're talking about here in the Valley versus Phoenix. I mean, it's kind of like potato. There really isn't any difference. It's just the way that you want to pronounce it.
Lovely little dummy run to get it to Cortez, but again, Toros is there. Picasso sends it forward. Nice turn by Johnson and a nice feed on the far side. Cross in the middle, though, is going to be cleared. A little bit of a dangerous clearance. It'll go out, though, for a corner kick, and Phoenix starting to open things up a little bit.
Best run of play that Phoenix has had in this first half. They moved the ball quickly. They had plenty of space, plenty of passing lanes to work with. Had to be cleared off that back line, so you've got a corner kick for the first time, and Asante is going to be the man to take it.
Asante into the middle. Adams heads it towards the far side, and looks like Cortez will just let it run out, and he'll have his teammate Dia go over and throw it back in.
And Dia, once again, had the opportunity to play it like a corner, and he doesn't.
Lovely from Cortez to get past two. Cross in the middle looking for Johnson is cleared away. Picasso went after it. He went down. Back out to the far side again to Dia. Dia looking to service it in, and it's headed away off the line again. Chance to break here. Quintanilla leads the charge. Phoenix trying to get back on the far side. Chance to shoot, and it's over the nets from Saldivar.
Saldivar with such opportunity. The ball kind of jumped up on him at the last minute, and he drove it high. He needed the 5-iron, and he brought the 9.
USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. You can also see highlights from all the games going on today, including this one. Johnson battled for it on the near side, and nice job that time by Sullivan to come out with it. Pressure from Phoenix. Ocaso tries to win it back. It goes out, and it'll be a throw-in on the near side for Phoenix Rising.
Perea had the ball at his feet, and he had 4 white jerseys around him. They absolutely clogged up the lanes. There was not much he could do. That's what results in this throw.
Wakasa down the line. Now, the AR on the near side said that took a deflection. And it looks like they'll just have him rethrow it from where maybe the ball never entered play. Regardless, Phoenix will restart it, and now it goes out of play for a Toros throw.
Through 30 minutes of action, it really has been RGV playing the better of the match. Here's the concern that I have for RGV. The longer this game stays scoreless, the longer you let a team like Phoenix hang around, the more you give them an opportunity to get into their own rhythm. And when they get into their own rhythm, they are very, very dangerous.
Foul called. Perea pleading his case. Foul was drawn by Wakaso, and a chance for Phoenix to maybe get a service into the box. They'll take it quickly.
See the referee change his mind after a call.
There's Gertjan Echeverry pleading his case to the 4th official.
A situation like that is not for this play. It's for plays down the road. When you have a conversation with the referee, you're never going to change his mind, but you're going to prevent him from blowing the whistle the next time around.
Asante into the box looking for Cortez, but aggressiveness from Michael Nelson wins out that time. The goalkeeper corrals it, but Phoenix has it here with Wakaso. Ball forward looking for Johnson. Nice job that time to clear it by Wharton. Now Quintanian chases it down with Amadou Dia. And Phoenix will reset, excuse me. Toros pretty much about as good as it could get, at least as far as the game plan is concerned early on, although, like you said, the long balls have still not been connected.
Well, it's that, and it's the build-up is great. It's the finishing that has been the issue, and that's exactly what Echeverry talked about earlier in the week. You'd have to grade them a B to a B minus right now.
Chance for Cortez, shoots, and it's over the net.
Cortez, best opportunity of the day for Phoenix. Spot on from about 22 out, and he just launched it.
4th leading scorer in USL, tied for the most on the team with 7 goals this season. Rare chance for him here.
Now that's a defensive breakdown by Adams. He sat there kind of knees knocking, decided to move late, wasn't able to get to that ball, and that's why that ball ended up in the middle for Cortez, but he just missed it.
Want to get exclusive video content and photography from across the USL? Make sure to follow the league's official Instagram account at USL Soccer. Into the middle of the park. Saldivar putting the pressure on. Phoenix able to control it, and it looks like it's going to be an over and back on an offsides against RGV. Toros have done a good job stymieing Phoenix for the most part tonight.
they have done a great job defensively of keeping Phoenix on their back heels, not allowing them to get into the type of game that they like to play. Dangerous foul, and we're going to have a yellow card here.
Both players went up for it, and it looks like it's going to be Manny Padilla that's into the book. Second time he's been booked this season.
34th minute.
And there's a player still down. I believe it is Jason Johnson who's holding his head, and that's the last thing Phoenix wants to see.
Johnson has been kept very, very quiet in this game. After that goal a week ago that was just a screamer, you would think that Johnson would be exerting himself a lot more into this game. Really, I think this is the first time we've even mentioned his name tonight. And now down with the head injury. Head injuries really, really scare me. In a 50-50 like this, you see the height that both of these players went up for. Dangerous. It was hard to see from that angle if there was any kind of a malicious intent by Padilla. That ball spent so much time in the air that 50-50s like that, it's difficult to even blow a whistle. But when you see Jason Johnson down and you see him being attended to, it's difficult. The concern that I have is he's getting up slow. He is definitely dazed. You don't see a concussion protocol. And there he's holding both ears. Head injuries in sport are a very, very big topic today. We know about American football, the NFL, everything that has been talked about with CTE. Soccer players, those 50-50s, it's not so much heading the ball as much as the collision. It's the impact that the one body does to the head of another, and Johnson doesn't even leave the pitch.
Rick Shantz and his staff will hopefully keep an eye on him as the game goes along. You see him inside the arc there, still with his hands on his knees. Asante will deliver this into the box. Far post, the header on net, easily corralled by Nelson. DeFont got ahead to it, but Nelson was able to deal with it comfortably.
The RGV manager was concerned about Phoenix and their set pieces, and that is the reason why that was well executed.
Here's Enriquez, centering pass for Quintanilla. Ball was tipped away and then cleared in the end by Phoenix. Headed back forward by Adams. Phoenix running onto it now through Musa. Toros win it back. Here's Perea.
Great stand-up defense in the middle to prevent any kind of run, and here's the counter.
Toros looking to counter from distance. That took a deflection. It'll be out for a corner kick. Take another look at the delivery here by Asante.
Asante puts it exactly where he needs to. Give credit to Sheldon Sullivan for getting his body there and preventing a really, really good opportunity for Phoenix. And now the outswinger.
Plenty men forward for Toros in the box. Here comes the in-swinger, headed out there by, I believe Cortez got to it. Chance for Phoenix to break, looking for Asante, and it's headed up by Sullivan. Sullivan battling, Asante gets it for Phoenix Rising. Sullivan steps in, and Sullivan wins the foul.
Yeah, Asante, the captain, sent Sullivan to the pitch, and he's lucky that he didn't see Tuchin go to his pocket.
That might be the last warning Asante gets. Here's a replay, as this looks like a late challenge. Ball was clearly away as Asante got a foot in there.
Yeah, Asante made no effort to play the ball.
Another deep ball in, looking for Enriquez, and he's not able to get to it. And it'll go out for a goal kick for Phoenix Rising.
Coming into this game, you can make a lot about the speed that Phoenix has. But tonight so far, Aldo has been the man with the speed. He's catching up to the balls. He's making the runs. RGV has done their job with the exception of finding the back of the net.
Certainly been the missing piece for Toros all season long. Ball through, looking for Asante from Kevon Lambert. And Nelson will boot it back upfield. Quintanilla battling for it, and he wins a free kick. Battle there with Joseph Farrell. And Perea will look to take this quickly, and instead he will take a second and have some of his teammates get in position here.
Toros only have 14 goals on the season. They only have 1 goal in their last 3, and that was a week ago.
Intercepted by Phoenix. Johnson. Tried a little in and out move, has to retreat, and then gives it away.
You have to wonder what's going on with and in the head of Johnson.
Chance for Toros to come through. Nice through ball into the box. A chance. Will it go in? It won't. Another missed opportunity for Rio Grande Valley. Inches away from Matias Saldivar, and it's out for a goal kick.
Second time that he's gone wide left. Marion doing a great job on Johnson, sliding it forward. Just didn't have the angle on that, but oh so close. But going back to my point about Jason Johnson, you saw it on the offensive side where he lost the handle, where he couldn't get his balance and he couldn't control the ball. And then defensively, you saw it when he was going one-on-one with Marion. There is something going on with Johnson. He's going to need to be attended to. If he continues to play the way he is and we don't see him get lifted, I will be surprised.
We'll see if they do attend to him. Well, they'll certainly attend to him at the half. This ball forward to Asante. Sullivan battled for it, and it looked like it went out before Asante kicked it off of Sullivan, so it'll be a goal kick for FC Toros.
Sheldon Sullivan has done a really, really nice job on this left side, playing that left fullback and just really shutting down Asante. He's battled with him throughout this half, gives Nelson an opportunity to kick it away. Been very, very impressed by the composure of RGV from the defense all the way forward. They just got to put pressure on Wazinski.
Headed up by Musa. Another chance for Jason Johnson. Working his way into the middle of the park, looking for help. He finds it in Wakasa. Asante will send it all the way back. Quintanilla keeping the pressure on, though. Farrell sends the long ball forward. Near side, Wakasa, and the ball will be too far from him from Johnson, and it's out for a Toros throw.
Surprised they decided to go outside. There were so many white kits in the middle of the pitch. That pass going long, breaking up the opportunity when they had so many options in the middle.
Centering pass for Saldivar. Dangerous header back, but it rolls right to Wazinski. Boy, hearts must have dropped on the Phoenix sidelines for just a second there. Here comes Asante, though, for Phoenix Rising. He's got some help. Gets it back from Cortez, and the wide pass is knocked away. Chance to counter for Toros, but they'll slow things up through Saldivar.
But once they got that steal, they do a really nice job of one touch and two touch to find the opening.
Saldivar forward for Quintanilla, who shields it away from Mike DeFont. Waiting for some help, gets it in Saldivar. Saldivar thought about it, shoots one, and it's over the net and out for a goal kick.
Okay, Matthias, we got to talk. You've taken so many shots from that exact same spot, and none of them have gone in. You've got teammates to your left, and we're going to see it here in a moment on the screen. He has the options, and he just tees it up.
You see the reaction from Perea right there. That says it all.
And not only, Perea wasn't even the only option he had. He had options to the left. He had options to the right. Jokers to the left of me.
Cortez wins the header. Sent all the way back to Mike Nelson, who hasn't had too much to do in the first half. And that'll be flicked back by Farrell and almost go. It should have gone out for a corner kick, and I believe it will. Or will it not?
The AR wasn't in a position to make the call, but
You're
that
right.
ball clearly went past the line.
Wazinski, fortunate to say the least, and like you said, the AR on the far side did not get a good look at that. Sullivan went down, might have been handball. Play continues. Asante cuts it back towards the middle. Here's Cortez. Cortez swings into the middle of the box. Johnson's there. He can't get there. 1 minute of added time has just been announced here at HEB Park.
And isn't that how it always works? A call is missed by the officials on one end, and the team that benefits from it really benefits it on the other side.
Cortez's chance almost fell to Johnson. Here's Quintanilla with a chance. Goalie comes out and makes the save.
Not exactly sure why Aldo slowed up for a second. If he had kept up, stayed on his horse, he would have beaten Carl to the ball.
Coming down on the final few seconds of the first half, the minimum of 1 minute added on. Near side, Asante, the playmaker. Will there be one last chance here in the first half for Phoenix? Cortez, and he loses it. Cleared out, and that'll end the first half here at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. No score between these two sides. Uneventful during different parts of the first half, but Toros have to be going into the locker room feeling really good.
They should. They should be feeling incredible about themselves. The only thing that is going to be on their minds is, how do we play like this and actually score goals? Because if they play the way they just did for 45+1, they're going to get a point out of this. But a point, and I even asked Coach Echeverry about this, would a draw feel like a win? And he said yes and no. RGV is the better team tonight. Here's the issue. What adjustment is Phoenix going to make? Because RGV doesn't need to make any adjustments. What will Phoenix do in the locker room to change this game, and how are the Toros going to respond to that?
So far in the first half, Rio Grande Valley has stymied the red-hot Phoenix Rising. Chances even for the Toros to take the lead. They're still looking to get those chances to go in the final third. We'll continue to break it down here from HEB Park at the half. No score between Rio Grande Valley and Phoenix Rising. Welcome back to Texas. Rio Grande Valley FC stymieing Phoenix Rising 0-0 at the half. And Rio Grande Valley has been doing it on the field tonight. They've been doing it off the field recently as well. They gave back to the community by helping out at a local food bank recently. Here's the video.
So today the Toros are here at the RGV Food Bank, and we are actually preparing bags for the commodity food program, which basically is for elderly people over the age of 60, low income. They're able to come here and get a bag on a weekly basis. We love to get the team out wherever we can. We've come here before. We came last season, right after Hurricane Harvey, and it's just a way for us to give back. So we do various things throughout the community, you know, when we have an opportunity, when our schedule allows it.
I was raised in Compton, where it's a low-income city, and my family's been through this, going through food banks when I was young. I could take this personal, and it's like a very humbling experience for me and most guys that have never been through this struggle. So it shows us what people are going through, and it's really nice for us to know what it is to help people.
I think it's always good to stay grounded and be humble and be generous to the people around here. It's not only about soccer, it's about just helping the community, and that's the way every soccer team should handle themselves.
Very cool to see that from Rio Grande Valley. Now let's take a look at the best from around the USL this past week. A lot of good stuff. Take a look.
Now Silva! Oh my goodness! What a goal! Mateo Silva! Amadou Diop. Jason Johnson! You gotta be kidding me! An otherworldly goal from JJ! 2-2 at home. Here the young season, and a golazo from Manu Ledesma.
Bourgeois got ahead to it. They score! Surely that's the winner! It's Ropapa Mensah!
For Janey and Johnson! Jamal Johnson does it again! And a goal! And an equalizer! Big save by John McCarthy. Buffon punched away Ranjitsing. On Sparrow again! Wow. What a save. Connor Sparrow shot from distance. And Cochran with that brilliant effort. My goodness.
It's Jones, saved by Tambakis.
Hernandez can take it. Big save, Dykstra. Near post, Barino, another huge save. Taniasic, great save, Restrepo.
Lomas got ahead to it, and Matt Pickens makes the save.
Available, looking for Lomas. Oh! North Carolina FC. On to the right, Smith. Into the box. Headed past McCarthy, and there it is. Steps, strikes, and scores. Benjamar headed. Goal! Penefsey. This one will drop to Miller. Miller tie.
Welcome back to HEB Park, everybody. Sean St. Jacques and Bruce Silverman with you. It's the halftime report. Well, let's look around the league. USL news and notes. How about single week attendance mark? Nearly 140,000 fans came through the gates this week for games around USL, and the Real Monarchs got a whole lot better, adding a big-time player.
Yeah, Jack Blake is absolutely outstanding. Tampa Bay is going to miss him, and I guess the Blake down is going to move west. They're going to have to send the cameras out to Salt Lake City.
Also, 2018 U.S. Open Cup a couple of big-time games, including LAFC with a late goal in a interstate derby to win over Sacramento.
And how about the run that Nashville had first year in the league? They advance, but they get knocked off by Lou City, and Lou City has their opportunities to take on an MLS club.
Let's stay in the Western Conference as we look at some of next week's notable games. Swope Park Rangers taking on Las Vegas Lights on Sunday. We won't see the Real Monarchs this weekend, but they return on Tuesday for a big game against Fresno.
Jack Blake, first opportunity to put on that kit, and then Tulsa and LA, and then the team that we're watching right now, Phoenix, Friday night at home against Orange County.
Of course, the USL will be going to ESPN News for the game of the week. Here's the schedule for that as well. A couple of really nice regional rivalries, including Nashville taking on Indy 11. That should be a fun one.
Indy on TV, on ESPN News twice. OKC, which is on a surge right now, will be hosting Las Vegas. And then that great matchup, Cincinnati and Charlotte, and that will be on ESPN News.
Certainly worth the big-time coverage on ESPN2. Lots more to come here at HEB Park. We'll get to the first half highlights, halftime stats, and a whole lot more coming up after a quick break. Back here in Texas, Sean St. Jacques, Bruce Silverman, still scoreless at the half between Rio Grande Valley FC and Phoenix Rising FC. Let's take a quick look at the first half highlights of this one. Goalless so far. There were some chances, though, on both sides, although it was a little choppy at first.
Chances were there. This one driven into the ground by Perea. Nice set piece. Needed to catch it a little bit farther ahead, but the opportunities were there for RGV. Great individual effort by Marion here to get the shot off. Knocked away, nobody there for the rebound. Really the better of the two teams so far, the Toros, and you see Marion, this great individual effort.
Gerson Echeverry was hoping his wing players would play better tonight and get some chances. Phoenix took some time, but they got a couple of chances as well.
Yeah, this was probably the best one that they had, and Echeverry was concerned about the set pieces by Rising, and that was one they had to turn away. Marion once again, another great individual effort, lays it off, and that shot goes wide as the angle just wasn't there. But Marion having a whale of a game, being a great playmaker. And now it's an opportunity for us to take a look at the stats.
No scores, 8 shots to 3 in favor of Toros with only 1 apiece on target, and that's what really matters.
Yeah, it really does. I don't even care about possession because that's a misleading stat. I would say RGV had the better possessions. Offside, they need to turn that to 0 in the second half, but shots on target, RGV really needs to put it on Wazinski. Flash flooding was the story of the week. It was so bad for the Toros. They had to train indoors. As you look at the water accumulation here in Texas, the valley was just devastated by the rains. The rain came and kept coming and kept coming. You see that Toyota pickup truck, you know, and you see people just having to do everything they could to get out of their homes.
The state of Texas has dealt with it a lot, but luckily RGV and others have been able to help them out. Speaking of RGV, let's take a look at their upcoming matches starting out at St. Louis coming up on June 30th.
You know, we talked about this game being one of those turning moments for the Toros. If they can get a win tonight, that schedule minus Swope is a very, very manageable run for RGV.
Here's Phoenix's schedule. They got to take on Orange County next, then at Fresno, and then a couple of road games after they face Seattle Sounders too.
And Orange County is the team that the Toros have their lone win. It was a home win, 2-0 back in April.
So Phoenix having to go through their schedule as well. Two teams getting ready to start the second half. Still nothing to separate the two sides. Toros, as we talked about, had the better half of the first half. Created chances, got in behind, but like we talked about, the shots on target, the quality of the chances, not always there. As the second half gets underway, the teams will switch sides. RGV in their home orange uniforms will be going from left to right on your screen.
What I'm looking for early on is, does RGV continue to play the way they've been playing, and will Phoenix change things up? If Phoenix changes the way they play, this game could get ugly early. If they don't, if RGV picks up where they left off, I do anticipate that RGV will get the 3 points.
RGV has never defeated Phoenix in 3 previous meetings, just a draw and 2 losses. Musa trying to get it started for Phoenix going the other way. Here's Cortez trying to send it forward for the always dangerous Jason Johnson, but it's cut out. Late challenge there, and it will be blown down, and it looks like a yellow card will be shown to Musa.
Yeah, that was definitely card-worthy here in the 47th minute. Early build-up by Phoenix.
Here's a replay of that late challenge from James Musa. Doesn't get the ball and ends up picking up a yellow.
Playing the ball.
Yeah.
And Perea is still down. That was a dangerous play, and looking at it in slow motion, it was probably, that card was probably about as orange as the Toros kits. That was a challenge that in first glance didn't look as dangerous as it was. When you slow it down on the replay, you see how James Musa really could have hurt Perea. Perea's still down. Phoenix had that early run here in the early part of the second half. That's what they need to do. They need to counter quickly those one-touch passes, bring it down the pitch, and try to make things happen. RGV needs to just stay in their zone, and you see this build-up. Oh, no. This is on the challenge. That challenge, the more I see it, Musa is very lucky that he did not give his team the opportunity to really showcase how good they are by playing a man down.
Perea tries to walk it off. Seen a couple of players get nicked up. We also keeping an eye on Jason Johnson, who had a head injury in the first half. He's back out there. Another foul. This time will go against Owako.
Yeah, you bring up, I didn't get an opportunity to go back to Jason Johnson. You know, Johnson obviously player of the week last week for that golazo that he had. He was banged up, and he was a little dazed and confused in the better part of the second half of the first half. That's a mouthful. But he definitely was not the same type of player that we're used to him being. You see him inserting himself right there.
Wins the challenge. The centering pass, though, is given away. Johnson trying to win it back. Can't win it back. Ball sent forward by Salvidar, and it's won back and controlled by Farrell for Phoenix. He surges forward. Musa missed it. Johnson's got it. And Wakaso, good passing here from Phoenix. Cortez tried to turn. Wakaso goes down in a dangerous area, and Phoenix gets a set-piece opportunity.
Yeah, that was a silly foul in that situation. Phoenix doing a great job. Barbasol going down. I love that little dot by Dochin. Great build-up, great one-touch. Phoenix did a really nice job of finding passing lanes that really didn't exist to try to build this one up. But that was a silly foul right there. So you've got this set piece from about 28 out. Echeverry cannot be happy. He's concerned about how effective Phoenix is on the set pieces, and they are in striking distance. When the ball is 28 yards away, it's just far enough that you can get the ball up and over the wall and get it to dip. This is going to be a challenge for Nelson.
Asante will not take it. Cortez into the wall. Asante blasts it, and it's well over. Missed opportunity for Phoenix Rising. That one rises over the net.
Yeah, it really was an opportunity that goes awry, not once but twice. Once on the initial kick on the set piece, and then Asante. So Asante basically has looked like two bites of the apple, but it was Cortez at the left foot, and then Asante. Again, Phoenix's opportunity just off the board as Asante went off the laces.
Headed up towards Kyle Adams, who tries to clear. Adelford in the middle. Wakaso tries to send it down the line looking for Johnson, and it's out of play.
Look at that. Reno on top of San Antonio. Goal comes in the 27th minute.
Reno right now 7th in the Western Conference, looking to stay in playoff positioning. Nice ball forward on the far side, but it's going to be just a hair too far for Asante, who's asking his teammates to push up here and put some pressure on, and Cortez obliges.
And that's something Phoenix really hasn't done. They have allowed RGV to build up from behind.
Ball went in. Question of offside doesn't matter. It's cleared away and out of play by Wazinski. Good idea by Quintanilla, and it's a throw-in on the near side. That is stopped. They're going to have Padilla back it up, and it's thrown back into play to Donovan.
You saw the Toros break the press very, very easily.
Wakaso wins it back. Chance for Phoenix to break with Asante. Far side, players in the middle, and it's blasted in, but Asante is able to get it off of the rebound off the block there. Sullivan got a hand in there, and they're going to call a handball, it looks like, and a free kick opportunity on the far side for Phoenix.
There's going to be a conversation, actually, between the referee. No, there won't be. I thought there was going to be a conversation between the referee and the AR. There won't be. The dot will go down. Asante will have the funky angle that he'll have to deal with. But it will be an in-swinger.
Plenty of big bodies to aim at in the box for Solomon Asante. Always seems to create chances for Phoenix. Swings it into the box. Johnson was in there. Cortez was in there. It went through everyone.
whiff all the way around.
Ball went out of play. Get a replay at the chance here.
We get to take another look at it, and it just seems like it misses everyone. Adams had an opportunity, but it will be Nelson that will kick this one away.
Certainly one of the better chances for Phoenix Rising tonight.
Made the point once, made the point twice, we'll make it a third time. Set pieces are something that really concerned Echeverry, and so far his team has risen to the occasion.
Quintanilla, who as it was blasted into Musa by his own teammate there, Lambert. But Phoenix is able to corral it in the midfield. How well do you know the USL? Test your knowledge in USLsoccer.com's weekly picks competition every Tuesday, and you can win tickets to an upcoming USL game of your choice. Controlled by Phoenix. Here's Wakaso. Centering, chested down. Johnson turning. Johnson, and it was just clipped away. It looked like Sullivan got a foot in there right before Johnson was thinking about maybe unleashing one, and Toros will look to regroup.
Back line of the Toros done a great job of just shutting down any opportunities right in front of the mouth of the 18, which is one of the reasons why Phoenix has been stymied so far in this match. They are more aggressive. They are moving the ball quicker in the second half, but so far RGV standing up and answering the test.
Joseph Farrell. Phoenix looking to clear it up. Asante sends it back. Ball forward on the far side. Looks like it will just barely stay in. Did it go out? It did. Not sure if Kevon Lambert agrees.
It's one of those head scratchers where the AR is right there and he keeps the flag down, but yet you see the center referee stop play.
Gerson Echeverry getting acquainted again with the fourth official on the touch line.
They're making dinner plans for this evening.
Eight to 4, Rio Grande Valley, I should say. 8-4 in total shots, but like we talked about at halftime, it's been the quality of those chances that has not been very good.
Yeah, 1-1 in terms of being on frame. But going into this match, if I told you, Sean, that it would be RGV out shooting Phoenix by 2, you would have told me there was no way in the world.
Certainly in the lead up, it would have been extremely tough to believe. Quintanilla put the pressure on there, and he ends up drawing the foul. Ball in behind that time, looking to spring him forward. And Dia ends up getting fouled, trying to backtrack.
Yeah, both players in a foot race trying to get to that ball. Dia does a good job of getting his body in front, gets taken down, and that's the reason why Wazinski is going to kick this one away.
Johnson's header towards Cortez was snuffed out. Johnson battling for it. Miss kick there. Johnson controlling it. Almost gets through 2 defenders. Marion stepped in. Chance for Cortez to swing it in. Beautiful one-handed save by Nelson. And the ball will trickle out for a corner kick. That came out of nowhere. And a good heads-up play by Nelson to stay on his toes.
Yeah, Marion kind of whiffed on the ball. The ball went backwards rather than forward, and it opened up an opportunity. You'll see it coming up. Well, you didn't see the build-up, but you saw the great save by Nelson that results in the corner.
Corner kick coming in. Header is just wide. That was Farrell coming in, the defender. Got a good piece of it, but it's wide and out for a goal kick.
The longer this game goes on, the more dangerous Phoenix becomes.
Another great delivery by Asante. Farrell flicked it on, and not sure if he was shooting or maybe trying to find somebody at the back post. Regardless, it goes out for a goal kick, and the pressure continues from Phoenix. They feel like they're onto something here.
Well, the conversation in the dressing room had to be more aggressive, move forward, And also don't be so complacent when the Toros try to build from the back.
Here's Asante. Ball looking for Cortez. Not a great first touch. Quintanilla and Musa recovers it for Phoenix. Ball in behind. That was looking for Dia. And it's headed out for a Phoenix throw-in. Johnson will take it. Coming up on the 1 hour mark. Still looking for our first goal of the match. Farrell. Might have mishit that, and it's picked off, but fortunately for Phoenix, it falls to Wakaso. Musa controls, gets it back. Farrell finds Asante, who's harassed by Sullivan. And the foul will go against Sheldon Sullivan. Wakaso remains down. And we'll get another look.
Sullivan and Asante battling. You see the sweep of the leg there.
Sorry, you can't see it in block.
Keep up to date with all the best social media from around the league as Kelsey Steele hosts Off the Post every Friday through the league's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram feeds. This is Musa, who will restart it for Phoenix Rising. Phoenix 3 points not only off the top of the West, but having the most points in all of USL. Looking for their 6th road win and their 10th win of the season. In it goes. Cortez tried to head it down for Johnson. Dia heads it. Johnson chases after it. He is well covered, but a nice composure play to get it towards Dia to Cortez. Cortez to Johnson. Good build-up play. Wakaso shoots. Great save by Nelson. Might not be out of the woods yet, though. Phoenix recovers it.
Best possession of the game for Phoenix.
And they might get another chance here. Cortez, he's looking. Good pressure on this near side. Cortez being pushed towards the corner flag, gets it into the box, back post. Great header by Sullivan to stop it from getting all the way towards Lambert, and it's out for a corner kick. A much needed intervention there from Sheldon Sullivan.
That exchange right here, this build up, the way that they kept fighting through, keeping the ball in the area, forcing Nelson to punch it away. This is the reason why Phoenix is as good this season as they are. They just come up short.
Headed away by Adams and then booted out of play off the corner kick for another Phoenix throw on the near side. They're gaining more and more momentum, it seems. Dia will take it. Johnson will make the run in behind.
Whatever adjustments Chance wanted to make in the dressing room, Phoenix has made. They answered the call. They are playing the way they're used to playing. They spent the first half letting RGV take the action to them. They let RGV dictate the pace. Now they're the ones that are dictating the pace. That's the longest they spent in the final third in the entire game. They come up empty, but they saw the weaknesses of RGV. Now they need to continue to do that. Get into the final third. Keep pressing. Make RGV play defense. Keep them on their heels. And as they keep them on their heels, that is how they're going to break through this game. If RGV can continue to answer, they're going to get a draw out of this game. Because so far in the second half, they have done little to nothing offensively.
Adams gets it from Donovan, near side, cleared out by Asante, looking up the line for Enriquez. Haven't really seen RGV in this half of the field much in the second half, to your point, Bruce. They try to get it forward on a back heel, and it's out of play. They get another throw in.
They got to make this, they have got to make this exchange count, and that's not a throw in that's going to help it.
Sullivan threw it right in towards Wakasa. Asante now looks to boot it upfield. Nobody there for Phoenix. And it'll go all the way back to Michael Nelson, who's had a very solid game in net, especially in the second half. He's had more work to do, but he has been up for the task so far. Adams finds Wharton, back to Adams. Sullivan, and that's going to go out of play.
There was a point in the first half where I talked about missed opportunities, talked about how RGV was going long distance. They were off the mark. They've settled into that same type of rhythm. It's not a rhythm that is going to help them. It's not going to do them any favors. They've really allowed Phoenix to get into the type of game that Phoenix likes to play, control and pressure. And right now, they get to build from the back.
They send it all the way back here, and it'll be booted by DeFont all the way back to the goalie, Wazinski. Watch highlights from every game of the 2018 USL season and bonus content from around the league by subscribing to the league's official YouTube channel at youtube.com/USL. We're still in search of our first highlight. That man's certainly capable of it. Jason Johnson.
So around the USL on the west side of the country, we've got 4 games, all of them halftime or beyond, and 1 goal has been scored, and that was the previously announced Reno goal.
Boy, the people that cut the YouTube highlights are hoping for something to happen in these last 25 minutes. I'll tell you that. We sure are.
When they cut the highlights, they might have to put that. You ever hear that Zipa commercial on Sirius XM where the guy is talking about, hey, don't snore? They might just need as the soundtrack behind these games, because there's been a lot of action. There just hasn't been a lot of scoring opportunity right here for Phoenix, right on the doorstep of the final third.
Amadou Dia, it's flicked on by Wakaso. Ball played into the box, and right there is Michael Nelson.
If I'm Echeverry, I'm concerned that my club has played so well through 45 minutes, and they've come out of the second half and they're on their heels. Phoenix is knocking on the door. They've had the better chances. They're standing up on defense like that right there. Ball spending a lot of time in the air, settling to the ground and giving Phoenix an opportunity to exert themselves.
It's going to be a free kick for FC Toros. And we will have a substitution. It looks like we'll see Billy Forbes come on, and that'll be the end of the night for Jason Johnson.
67th minute for the veteran Forbes to come in, and I'm really surprised that Johnson even answered the bell for the second half. He was dazed and confused in the first half. Really hasn't been a factor in this game at all. Billy Forbes is a force. Billy Forbes is a forward that can really insert himself into the game, move the pace, challenge right there, and really be a man that can not only distribute, but he can hurt you as a shooter.
Forbes, USL Team of the Week honorable mention earlier in the season. Also has 6 caps for the Turks and Caicos national team. Centering pass here. Quintanilla looked to turn. Perea looked to try to find it back inside. Still a chance here. Salvador, though, used his hand to keep that in front.
Didn't mean to. It kind of jumped up on his body, and his arm was extended. And that's unfortunate for the Toros because it was a really nice buildup. Billy Forbes is a veteran at this level. He has played in a number of different cities, and every city he has played in, he has been a factor. Getting a little up there in age, but it doesn't matter. You give him 25 minutes worth of work, and he will give you an outstanding effort.
All sent forward looking for Cortez. Headed up in the air. And the pressure by Wakaso leads to, I believe, a foul against RGV. Musa went in there. And Asante will look to set something up here as we are about 22 minutes left in this one. There is the challenge.
That's right out of Karate Kid. Sweep the leg.
Plenty forward here for Phoenix. Asante's had a number of good deliveries tonight. Another good one, and it'll be a foul before anyone has a chance to get onto it. It's drawn by Todd Wharton, and a chance for RGV to clear their lines yet again. They've stood tall through now 69 minutes.
The captain, Asante, is so strong in his delivery on set pieces. Haven't seen Phoenix break through yet, but he is very, very dangerous in the way that he can put the ball wherever he wants it. And when you can put the ball on a dime on a set piece, you have so many opportunities to score goals. Credit to the Toros for shutting it down. As you see, the wind is still a factor here at the ballpark. Phoenix has been the better team in the second half.
Dia all the way for Asante, who tried an ambitious volley first time. Wasn't able to get good contact on it. Wharton, near side, finds Padilla, who's on a yellow. Good turn by Aldo Quintanilla, the leading goal scorer for RGV. 4 goals this season for the Toros. Build-up play. Strong for FC Toros. Looking for Quintanilla, headed away. Still a chance, though. It's retained by Toros for a moment. Forbes, though, steps in and is able to corral it for a moment, and now he has it for Phoenix.
And you see how strong Billy Forbes is.
Oh, this is lovely play. Lovely give and go between Cortez and Forbes. Forbes goes for goal, but it's comfortable in the end for Michael Nelson.
And that's what Billy Forbes can do. He does it, and he helps out on the defensive end, and then has the wherewithal, the soccer IQ, to make his way down that left side and get that shot off. One of the best, cleanest shots of the night, and Nelson comes up big once again.
Wharton and Sullivan pass it back and forth between each other. Here's Donovan on the near side.
What's interesting here is you don't see Phoenix pressing. You saw Owaku getting up there, but you didn't see the pressure. They've backed off a little bit. Rising has. They backed off of the pressure, and they almost paid for it there.
Cleared in the end by Mike DeFont. Controlled on the far side by Wakasa. That was Owako sending it forward. Gets it back, centering pass here. Musa. Here's Billy Forbes. Forbes looking central, shoots instead. And it did take a deflection, so it'll go out for a corner kick on the near side. Billy Forbes, you set it up perfectly, Bruce. An immediate impact, showing you the speed and showing you what he can do on the wing.
Not only that, and I talked about it a moment ago, the soccer IQ that Billy Forbes has is tremendous. He knew he didn't have a clean shot. He knew he didn't have the angle, but he put the ball exactly where he needed to give his team the corner.
Corner swung in, far post. It'll go all the way through and out for a goal kick.
Forbes comes into the game and immediately does what everyone thought Jason Johnson was going to do. And here's Forbes. And that's basically end-to-end soccer. He got the stop, the defensive stop on the other end, makes it all the way down the pitch into the final third, gets that left foot off. Nelson makes the save, but you see Billy Forbes has changed the tempo of this game for Phoenix.
Ball in, header last touched by Toros as Saldivar went in for it. And there'll be a throw-in for Phoenix Rising. If the result holds, Phoenix will go to 32 points through 17 games. But Billy Forbes is looking to change that. Adams, though, sweeps in there. Rio Grande Valley would become level on points, at least for now, with Seattle Sounders FC 2 with a draw tonight.
RGV can get that emotional win with a draw. But this is a game, especially in the first half, they were the better of the two teams.
Marion was a big reason why. Chance to cross it in, and Dia is there. Fight for it. It's knocked out of play. Looked like it was last off of Toros, and it will be a goal kick. Padilla put the pressure on for FC Toros, but that time Amadou Dia was able to knock it out of play off of the FC Toros player. Here's a chance for Asante on the other end. Cortez to aim at. Asante, cross in the middle. Chance here, and another great save by Michael Nelson. Awako had a chance on the doorstep.
And you see the frustration out of RGV for giving that much space. Echeverry is furious. This buildup had way too much space. I mean, RGV gave them all the real estate they needed to get that ball into the final third, get it into the 18. And if it isn't for Michael Nelson standing on his head, this is a 1-0 game.
Asante delivers it in again. Chance headed away. Looked like Donovan got a head onto it for RGV. Ball serviced back in. Far post. Header is down. Flick up. Chance for Cortez. Blocked off the line. Forbes picks it back up. They'll reset. Ball swung back in again. Chance to head it towards the box. Cortez couldn't get to it. Awako tries one. Blocked. That time by Wharton. Asante on the near side now will throw it in, and now he'll let it roll. Dia will throw it in, and we will see another substitution. It'll be for RGV. As Bryce Marion heads off, it'll be Pablo Aguilar that will come in here in the 76th minute. Bryce Marion individually, especially in the first half, had a fantastic game.
Yeah, a little surprised that Marion would be the man who came out, because offensively he has been the catalyst.
Long throw from Dia. Dia then heads it back towards the box. Asante was towards it, and it's going to go out. Oh, nope, there was a foul called well before. Nelson tried to clear that, so it's going to be Toros who are allowed to clear just on the edge of their own 18-yard box.
Padilla is the man that was slow to get up, but this was a dangerous play. We won't see it here.
This is the chance from Phoenix. Little flick on towards Cortez, a diving header. So it'd be Cortez with the flick on towards Farrell with the diving header. Here was the second chance by Awako that was blocked by Wharton.
Yeah, and you saw Donovan go down and was held down. Referee didn't see it at all, otherwise play should have gone the other direction.
Headed up by Musa. Here is Saldivar. Had a really good first half. Hasn't said his name too much in the second half. And a great challenge there by Dia. Chance for Phoenix to break with their captain Asante. Here's Musa. Cortez to aim at in the middle. Headed away, at least up by Adams. And Michael Nelson calls it off like he's making a catch in the outfield, and will reset for FC Toros. Padilla.
Second half, Phoenix has been the better on the buildups. RGV just hasn't had the opportunities to carry the ball down the pitch. Phoenix has done a really good job on this side of making sure that the Toros were not dangerous in possession, but they've been great on transition.
Asante, that's going to be offside against Chris Cortez.
Cortez was doing everything he could to dance on that line, but he couldn't hold back. Nelson will kick this one away. We've got a little less than 13 minutes plus added time. RGV has played well enough to get 3 points. In the second half, they haven't been able to really challenge Wazinski. If they do not win this game, if they end up drawing 0-0, a few of the players wearing orange kits are going to have sleepless nights thinking about what they did that didn't allow them to break through. And Matthias Saldivar will be one of the guys that will have a difficult night's sleep.
12 minutes to go. Pass right there. Trying to thread it through that time was Perea.
Not sure exactly what Perea saw on that pass, but it leads to another opportunity for Phoenix.
Here's Solomon Asante. Cortez back to him. Tried to send the through ball towards Yvonne Lambert. And it's cleared by Sheldon Sullivan up towards Aldo Quintanilla. And it'll be all the way back to Carl Wyszynski.
Since April 25th, you go back to that home win over Orange County, it was 2-0. The Toros went 5 straight with draws and now 3 straight losses, including the loss they had on the road a week ago in Oklahoma City. This is a team that has played well enough to get points, but not well enough to get wins. And tonight they're taking on one of the hottest teams in the USL, and they are playing them shot to shot, step to step.
Substitution coming for Phoenix. It looks like it's going to be Kevon Frater to come on, and that means that it's going to be the end of the night for Chris Cortez. Cortez had a chance.
Really has not been a factor in this match at all. So 80th minute substitution. Frater is in. Second substitution of the night for Phoenix. They've got one more left. Echeverry has 2 opportunities to change his lineup in the last 10 minutes.
Will we have some late drama here at HEB Park? It's been a stalemate so far. That's out of play. Battle between Dia and Zaldivar. Dia gets it back on the throw, goes down. Musa with a late challenge, and it'll be a free kick. So Padilla looking to encourage his teammates as he restarts play. Aguilar will send it back to Donovan. As you see, finally somebody else scored, huh?
2-0 Reno. They tack on another one in the 80th minute.
Chance for Phoenix. Forbes, not a great touch. Sullivan will make sure it goes out for a RGV throw on the far side. Looking for the talisman Quintanilla. Goes to Asante. Tried to cut it back. Good challenge in there, but it's back with Phoenix. That's a wide ball into no man's land, and they'll be out for an RGV throw.
Rare unforced error for Phoenix in the second half. Echeverry has already pulled out the shirt tails, so you know he's getting serious for the latter part of this match.
RGV this season already with 7 draws. 6 of them have come here at HEB Park. Forbes dances around one but loses out to Aguilar, who decides to take it himself. Ball in towards Quintanilla. It's cut out there by Farrell.
That ball had a little bit more pace behind it. It would have been a very, very interesting challenge.
Pass from Perea cut out by Dia. Dia goes down. And it'll be a free kick for Phoenix with 8 minutes remaining before stoppage time, and a little bit of a tussle between Frater and Donovan. The heat, frustration setting in as well. Will we have a late winner?
This game ends up as another draw. They should just name this stadium the Valley of the Draw.
Awako. Well, that pass is cut out. Chance to reset with Lambert, far side. Chance to service this into the box, making the run. The header is over the bar. Frater made the run. And it looks like a last-second intervention. Donovan was in there as well, along with the goalkeeper Nelson, and it's out for a corner kick. Here's another look.
Good service inside. Ball high in the air.
Nelson
Frater
again.
was there. Couldn't see if Nelson really got a hand on it or not. I don't think Echeverry thought that Nelson touched the ball, but regardless, it will be an in-swinger.
Asante sends it in. 2 Toros went down, and it'll be a free kick going the other way.
RGV does a nice job of marking up. We're going to see another angle on this opportunity.
Substitution here for RGV. Jordan Jones will check in for Aldo Quintanilla. So the leading goal scorer for the Toros, his night is done, and Jordan Jones steps onto the pitch.
Aldo had a nice first half. He was rendered very, very quiet here in the second half.
Near side, that pass is going to get away from Padilla, and it'll be a throw-in for Phoenix. Dia will take it quickly.
Toros can't afford.
Or not. He'll hold on to it.
The way Dia was trying to move down the pitch, I think he was basically trying to get right next to Nelson by the time he threw it in. RGV just can't afford to make mistakes when they're in possession of the ball. They haven't had many solid possessions here in the second half. Those have really belonged to Phoenix.
Here's Gladson Owako. Now Lambert. Asante weaves past one, steps over. Near side, Dia. Billy Forbes. Padilla, though, strong challenge and forces it out for a throw.
Padilla does a nice job on Forbes to get his body in position. Dia can use this throw, and he's backed way up. Can use this just like a corner if he wants.
Get a look at the shots in the second half. It's been all Phoenix. They continue to put the pressure on. Dia inside of the boot into the box.
Dia tried to get a little cute. I know he was trying to pass this one, but he actually kind of threw it up in the air and fooled everyone wearing a white kick. Exactly what he was trying to do. You see this here. Kind of tried to flick it with the outside of that left boot, but nobody knew what he was doing, and it's the reason why Nelson is kicking it away.
Just under 4 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Here comes Rio Grande Valley. Into the box it goes Aguilar. Out wide, chance here for Toros. Cutting it back towards the line, and it goes out of play. And it'll be a corner kick for RGV.
Great individual effort by Enriquez to earn that corner. Saldivar now has the corner. He had great opportunities on shots in the first half, but this individual effort here to earn it was brilliant. He just couldn't turn on a shot.
Saldivar is over it.
Got to throw it up on the air and just get one of his teammates to run on it.
Into the box it goes. Jones was in there, but it's headed away by Phoenix, and it'll go out for a Toros throw. Quick stoppage of play, another substitution. It looks like it'll be Kai Green, who will come on for Sheldon Sullivan, so a like-for-like defensive change for FC Toros. Kai Green, the New Jersey native, steps in. as Gerson Echeverry tries to make sure the back line can hold for a few more minutes plus stoppage time. Throw in from Padilla. He gets it back, swung into the box, headed away by Phoenix. Wharton couldn't get to it. Asante got in the way of it. Donovan settles it down. First touch for Kai Green. Green far side. Enriquez, step over. Into the box it goes. Jones was in there, headed down and away by Farrell. Lovely move by Forbes to get past two Toros players. Frater to Lambert. Here's Asante. Here's Forbes. Forbes has some space. Forbes megs one, can't get past the lunging Kyle Adams.
Defense really let the Toros down. They gave all kinds of space in the middle to Phoenix, and Phoenix feasted on it.
Awako to Farrell. Cut out by Toros. Wharton, near side. Here is Saldivar. Under a minute plus stoppage time remaining. Aguilar trying to chase after it with Musa. Aguilar wins it back. Green looks to swing it in. Nobody there for Toros. It went right to Musa, who headed it out. Controlled by Phoenix. Chance to counter here for Phoenix Rising. They don't have the numbers, and Saldivar proves that by stepping in and winning it back. Coming down on the last few seconds. Looks like we could have as many, if not more, than 3 minutes of stoppage time here. So we're in the 91st minute of play, still scoreless. That hits off the referee. Still controlled by Phoenix. There's the confirmation of 3 added minutes. Billy Forbes, the substitute, wins a throw-in for Phoenix.
Billy Forbes has been the catalyst as we're going to see the final substitution of the evening coming up for Phoenix.
Looks like it'll be Alessandro Riggi who will come in. As we know, it'll be Gladson Awako who will make way when the time comes. As we await Riggi to come on, Toros come forward.
RGV just can't afford to give up a ball like that, but what a steal by Aguilar.
Aguilar looks to come forward with it into the box. It's headed out before it could get that far. Still time for Toros here. Enriquez, Kai Green making the run, looking to service it into the box. Not many people there for RGV. He didn't service it in. Enriquez. Green tried to aim it, looking for Jones. It falls to Wharton.
Wharton had a nifty little pass right there.
Padilla into the box, easily cleared out by Phoenix. Asante headed back towards Adams. About a minute and a half left. Green. Aguilar. Wharton. Perea. Saldivar finds Aguilar, gets it back. Methodical play here. Enriquez on the turn. Enriquez, still Enriquez. The shot. Jones over the net and out for a corner.
Best build-up of the second half by RGV, and they're doing it at the right time, looking for that breakthrough goal. Outstanding effort all the way around.
Enriquez again on that side, beat his man. Jones was in there. That late block at the very end by Farrell forces it out for a corner. In comes the corner, and it's headed away. A couple players went down. It'll be a foul against Toros in the opposite penalty area. It'll be Phoenix who can clear it out. 20 seconds to go.
A moment ago, Enriquez just a hair of a second late on that pass to Jones was probably the difference between a win and a draw.
Player down for Phoenix.
And a player limping for the Toros.
That was Cody Wakasa. Here's the substitution we mentioned as Gladson Owako comes off.
And we are now in borrowed time.
Whistle could go at any minute as soon as the ball restarts.
And Owako taking his sweet time getting off the pitch. For Phoenix, this is a disappointing draw for them. They came into this game thinking we're taking care of a team that's at towards the bottom of the table. We can take care of business very, very well. For RGV, taking on a team, the hottest team in USL, and playing them solid, playing them step for step for 90. At this point, we're in the 95th minute. This is a game that RGV can build on. Granted, it's going to be their 8th draw, but this is a game that they can look back on and say, we played toe-to-toe with the best team in this league. We got a point out of the best team in this league. We can build on this.
We're in the 95th minute. Not sure how much more time left. I'm sure the walk-off that took a long time by Owako might be added on here. And that'll do it. Nothing to decide it between Rio Grande Valley and Phoenix Rising. 8th draw of the season for FC Toros. Their 7th at home. They gain a point. They move up to 11 points in the standings on terms with Seattle Sounders 2. Phoenix Rising now within 2 points of the top of the table, 32 points. It's their 5th draw of the season. Certainly in the first half, FC Toros lived up to the billing defensively. The game plan was well executed. Phoenix grew into the game in the second half, certainly had more chances, they had more opportunities, but in the end, FC Toros held their nerve and they hold on for a point.
Chance gets his 7th point in 3 games. For RGV, this draw is a win. For Phoenix, this draw is a loss. They thought they could get out of the weekend and have 34 points. The lights go out on Phoenix. Fireworks coming up. No fireworks during the game, but the fans will get fireworks afterwards. Rio Grande, this is a moral victory.
So we'll take a look at the full-time highlights here. No goals in the game, but certainly a lot of chances. In the first half, it was certainly FC Toros who had the momentum, and they were able to get some balls in behind and get some chances, especially in the first half.
Yeah, Marion was really a factor in the first half. Great individual effort. Makes Wazinski work. Just can't get it past him. This was a match that was kind of the tale of 2 halves. In the first half, all RGV really outplaying Phoenix. And you see Marion once again. This time he's going to lay off. Just doesn't get done.
Talked with Gerson Echeverry before the game earlier this week, and he just said those kind of chances in the final third, they just haven't been able to finish off all year. They got some chances, and they just weren't able to cash in. Phoenix kind of grew into the game in the second half. Johnson here working his way in, and it turns into a chance.
Yeah, they played much better under the lights, and Nelson stood on his head all game long. If it's not for Nelson, RGV definitely has the win. Nelson making the most of his first start on the campaign. As you see, that shot by Cortez is punched away. Salazar, going back to the first half, had 3 really nice chances in the first half. Second half, the pressure all the way from the back. Nelson doing it again, and Cortez kind of flicking it away before that shot gets punched away. whatever Chance said to Phoenix in the locker room at halftime really, really worked, as they were the aggressors. They were the better team. Up until the end of the game, they kept putting pressure on RGV, but credit to the Toros for answering it time and time and time again.
It would finish 0-0. Enriquez here really built up one of the last good chances. Jones at the last second got blocked on a nice last second intervention.
Great individual effort by Enriquez here, battling, gets it towards the line. A little slow on that pass to Jones. That's what ended up with a corner.
Final match stats here. Certainly the shots stand out. The shots on target for Phoenix Rising, +5 there. They really did a lot of their damage in the second half, but again, the quality of chances didn't lead to much good quality in the final third.
RGV, again, they're going to walk out of this game thinking that they got a win, because getting a point from the best team in the league will certainly feel like one when you're at the bottom looking up.
They celebrate with fireworks here at HEB Park. Take a look at the next up here on the schedule, and we'll start with Phoenix. Their next game, they'll take on Orange County. We talked about that earlier. Orange County certainly not easy, not an easy task for them on June 29th.
Absolutely not, but don't forget, this Toros club has their lone win of 2018. It was a 2-0 win here at HEB, and that was against Orange County.
RGV, they'll play the next day. They go at St. Louis, a place, not a specific place, but they still have not won a game on the road all season long.
No, they haven't. And the way they played tonight, if they play that way when they go to St. Louis, they can get out of the Arch City with a win. They've got a run of play in the next 5 games that is very favorable to the Toros.
Chances for both teams, like you said, a tale of two halves. In the first half, RGV really put their stamp on the game defensively. Phoenix in the second half were able to grow into the game, but in the end, they're happy in Texas. Back and forth it went. There was love in the air. There was a lot of people that were happy with the atmosphere. There was great chances on both sides. The fans certainly loved it, but there was no goals between these two teams. Rio Grande Valley picks up a valuable point. Phoenix goes home disappointed. For our entire crew, Sean St. Jacques, Bruce Silverstein saying so long from HEB Park.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.